Hi there, my name's Andy Hillier and today's guitar lesson is going to be on Life's Coming In Slow by Nothing But Thieves from GRAN TURISMO 7. It's a cool little track, pretty easy song to play. I'm going to teach you the whole thing. Just before I do though, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video. Please leave me some comments as well. Let me know you're watching this. Let me know where in the world you're from and what songs I should do next. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me and you want to print the tabs off of this, I'll put it on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. My guitar is in standard tuning. Now the intro starts with this. So for that we've got an A power chord, which is open A with D2. So you put your first finger on D2 and play the A string and the D string. And you can play it twice. And then go down to your second finger and play E3 and then back to that A power chord. So you get, and then you're going to put your third finger on A3, play that note and then back to that A power chord. So the first bar, so that's the first bar. Next bar we've got a C power chord, which is your first finger A3, third finger D5, and it's going to go so da 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 da, and then we've got an E power chord, open E with A2, same rhythm from the previous bar, and then another bar of just playing quavers. So you get, so the first four bars go. And then you'll notice in the next bar, this is something that's a little bit weird. When it goes from the intro to the verse, it feels like there's an extra, like half a beat. So you play the first four bars, and then you repeat back and play the first, second, third bar, and then jump to the next bar, which is bar 5. And it's the same thing. You're playing that E power chord, keeps going, but then it just jumps into this A power chord after beat 4 and, so it would be where like beat 5 would be. So it feels a bit weird when you're playing along to a song. It will kind of make sense. It just sort of jumps into that A power chord a bit earlier. Hopefully that makes sense. So when you play it, it goes. And that last hit then jumps onto the next line, which is the verse. And then we get to the next line, which is the first verse. So this first line of it, I'm going to play the chord which was on the previous line, that A power chord. And we get this. So for that, A power chord, and then you're going to go down, up, down, and then an upstroke on a B power chord, which is A2 and D4. First finger A2, third finger D4. So you've got, then it goes to a C power chord, which is A3 and D5 on the upstroke, into the next bar, bar 7, and then it goes up, down, up, down, up. So you got from the beginning of the line. Then to an E power chord, hitting it on the beat 4 and then into the next bar, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, and you just keep carrying on for it. Until beat 4 and of bar 9, and then we're hitting the A power chord. So the whole line goes. And up speed. So that first line of the verse is just slightly different to the rest of the verse. So the next line we go on to is like the main part of the verse, and we've got. So it's A power chord. You're pushing it. You're playing it on the previous line. So the A power chord, upstroke, then up, down, and then an upstroke on the B power chord. So then C power chord, and carrying that on through into the next bar. Then jumps down to an E power chord, just plays quavers through that. So hopefully that makes sense, that verse. So it goes. And then, so because this is the first verse, you've got the previous line. It kind of goes around 4 times. So this line repeats 3 times. And on the third time, you don't play bar 13. Instead, you play bar 14. The only difference being is the last chord jumps up to the F power chord, which is going to take us into the chorus. So let's just play this line and we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So then that was the F power chord. So let's go on to the next part, which is the chorus. So you hit that F power chord, which is A8 and D10. So it hits it on the previous line. Then you just do an up, down. So it's up, down. Then down to a C chord. Then D chord, which is A5 and D7. So you got. Then 2 more hits into the next bar. Bar 16. So I'm going from the F chord up, down, then upstroke on the C, upstroke on the D, and then up, down. So you go. Then down to a G power chord, which is E3 and A5. Then up to an A power chord. Instead of playing it as the open, I'm playing it on fret 5 and 7. So E5 and A7, and it goes up, down. Then B power chord again on the upstroke, and then a C power chord, up, down, and then E power chord, which is fret 7 on the A string and 9 on the D string, and then jumps up to the F power chord. So the whole line goes. Up speed. On to the next line of the chorus. Starts the same with the F power chord, up, down. Obviously the up, the first hit is from the previous line. Then C, D, the same as we before. Then G to A. And then it goes. So for that, into bar 21, you've got the A power chord, down to G, then back to A, so it goes, then it does that again, and then into bar 22, it does that again. And then it plays A4, A6, A7, and then jumps to an A power chord. So that bit sounds a little bit weird, but that's what they play. So it goes bar 22, rest. So let's just play that line. We've got. Or really slowly, it goes. Which will take us to the verse. So you just 2 lines of the chorus and then jump straight back to the verse, bar 10. And it'll play it 4 times through, for the verse. But let's just try putting the whole of the chorus through together so it makes sense. Here we go, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you'll see there's a second time bar. So when it does, jumps back to the verse and plays the verse around 4 times, and then plays the whole chorus. And then when you play the chorus the second time, it repeats the chorus twice. And then coming out of the chorus, it's a slight change. It goes, jumps to the E power chord. And then this is sort of taking us to the middle 8. So we jump to the next line, E power chord, we're just hitting it. And then A power chord. So it hits like the E power chord, starts on the previous line, so you're hitting it 4 times going. Then an A power chord. And this sort of takes us to the middle 8 section. So if I play from the A power chord going into the middle 8, so just before bar 26, you got. So A power chord, up, up, down, then B, C, both on the upstrokes, and then up, down on the C chord. So then G power chord with an upstroke, and then E power chord, up, up, down, and then just hold that E power chord on to the next bar until beat 3 and then just an extra hit on that, and then jumps to the A power chord, which will be like the repeat round. So it's like hitting the first chord before bar 26. So from the A power chord going into bar 26, you get 1, 2, 3, 4. And up speed. And that repeats around 4 times until we get to the last outro chorus part. I've written 4 lines of this because it's slight little variations on it. The first line of it goes like this. So F power chord just stabs it on beat 1. And then we go down to D power chord, up, up, down. Then G and then A. Then another up down on the A going into bar 32, then B, C, up down, then E, and then F. So the first line pretty similar to the other chorus. So you got. Then the next line it changes slightly. It goes. So for that, F power chord hit from the previous line, then up, down, C, D, 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 G, A, then it goes A, G, A, G, and then you're going to play the note A4, then 4, 2, 4, 5, 4, 2, all on the A string, so 4, 4, 2, 4, 5, 4, 2. Then jumps straight back to the F power chord. So that line slowly you got. Okay, up speed. Then this next line. F power chord goes up, obviously from the previous line, up, up, down, up, and goes to a G power chord, which is just up 2 frets. So A10 and D12. Then jump up a string, so you're on 10 on the E string and 12 on the A string, so that's another D power chord. And you go up, up, down, up, down. Then an upstroke on an E power chord. And then it goes down to a C sharp, which is on fret 4 of the A string, and D6. And it goes up, up, down, up, down. Then up a fret to a D power chord, then down to a C power chord, E, and then F. So that line slowly goes. And up sweet. And then the last line of the song, we've got. So F power chord, up, up, down, then down to a C power chord, so. Then to a D power chord. So up, up, down, upstroke on the G power chord. And then does this same sort of thing we did before, going A, G, A, then A, G. So up to there we've got. Then A4, then 4, 2, 4, 4, 2, then E power chord 4 times. Then an A power chord just to finish. So the whole of that last line goes. And that's the whole song. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed that little guitar lesson. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video. Please leave me some comments. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know where in the world you're from, and let me know what songs I should do next. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me, you can support me on Patreon. I'll put the tabs for this on there so you can print them out as well. Well, thanks for watching this. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.